Illinois at Duke. CD, why is this line at 3? Because I keep going over it in my head. I'm like, what position is Duke legitimately better at than Illinois? And I just keep going through it, and I'm like, is there a position that Duke is better, surefire, sure-handedly better than Illinois at?
I mean, there's players like I really like. Well, obviously Darren Mensah is really good, but
Right?
like Luke Altmaier, we also love on this show too.
Yeah.
Like
Little Luke Altmaier bias on the show, not gonna lie.
yeah, Jacquez Moore, right? We love the running back, but there's a three-headed monster on Illinois for them too. I do really like Brian Parker, the right tackle, but that's one player on that offensive line that's going to have their hands full with Gabe Yakus and other players for Illinois defensively. Chandler Rivers, right? Like he's a really good player, but Illinois also has a really deep experience, like secondary that's like good working together. I don't know. And yet the line is 3, and yet Manny Diaz, here we are again, probably trying to doubt him. And I'll say it right now, I'm picking Illinois -3 here. And I might regret that. But to me, and even Duke, like Mensah played great. Like he got it done, but they didn't.
Yeah, it took
They
him a little
didn't
bit to
come
get
on.
going, but like,
Yeah.
it was there. The talent showed itself, right? The talent showed itself. I I'm gonna I'll take Duke. And honestly, even though I just said, and I'm sure Duke fans are gonna be in our comments talking to us like how we don't know, this roster or whatever. Like Bruno Fina as your left tackle. Come on, like I was the Duke hater last year. I'm like, okay, every week I'm picking them to lose, right?
Yeah.
Every single week I smashed their win total under, and I'm like, they cannot keep getting away with this, right? They can't keep getting away with this. But I feel like this is a situation. This is pure just guts. This is no knowledge. This is Duke +3 and then a win is a gut pick for me. It's like we're supposed to pick Illinois -3 CD, but I'm not gonna fall for it. All right, we're gonna go with Duke +3, and if Illinois smashes them, so be it for me. Right? We do like the talent in the secondary for sure. Also, I will say, like Illinois, like how well do you think CD Altmaier handles the blitz and pressure in his face?
That's the one thing I did want to bring. I had a note here about Duke's defense, and we know Manny Diaz likes to dial it up, right? So that's part of the identity of this Duke defense. But they still they had 13 pressures against Elon last week, right? They were credited with 13 pressures. 6 of those came from players that come off the ball. So that's your typical Manny Diaz, like get after him. Like, here's the thing. Like, is it crazy, like, to trust Barry Lundy Jr. to have a counter for that? And Luke Altmaier, who's seen a lot of college football in his career, and you had, obviously, Hank Beatty, come out and, like, play a really efficient, 13 route runs and over 100 receiving yards. Obviously, it was Western Illinois. The step up will be immense, right? But you've got LZ, you've got a couple of guys in that room you're hoping to step up. That's going to be the question. I will say, though, I would like to see Illinois go into Duke and like physical them up on both sides of the ball. That's why I'm picking them to do it. I think they can with those running backs, Laurie, Fegan, even Valentine got going at times. That's what I'm expecting. If I'm an Illinois fan, if I'm checking out, taking Illinois -3, the blitz is going to be important. Like the battle between Manny Diaz and Barry Lundy Jr. is going to be really interesting, and what happens in that kind of off the field with those coaches going at each other. That's a good point, though. I trust Altmaier more than a lot of other quarterbacks going against Manny Diaz, but still, that could be the issue there.
The mistakes, though, it's sometimes they spiral for him. Like when there's
Yeah.
no answer, to pressure, like it can sometimes spiral a little bit out of control. So if Manny Diaz is dialing it, but we talked about this in the previews, like we don't hate Illinois' offensive line, they got some serious studs. But yeah, it's gonna be like if Manny Diaz wins this game, it's like okay, like that was a Manny Diaz game, you know. And sure, Darren Mensah could throw for 250 yards and like 2 touchdowns and like have a good game himself, and you know, The offense could do some stuff too, but I don't know. I'm kind of anticipating this being a little bit of a low scoring game. I kind of anticipate this being 24-21, kind of in that range. If it gets higher than that, I think that's going to be leaning in the favor of Illinois. So for Duke's sake and for my sake, picking them +3. Let's hope these Blue Devils can muck it up a little bit against the Illinois at home. At home. So we forget that, but rowdy environment there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Has to be a trap, CD. In my eyes, it has to be a trap.
I'm falling for it.